Wenn du willst, dann stech ich mir deinen Namen als Tattoo. Bin ich mit dir, vergeht die Zeit so wie im Flug. Gebe viel, aber sag mir, geb ich auch genug. Und sag mir, wie oft hast du mich schon verflucht. Genug, sag mir, was hab ich gesucht. Ich hab ständig gesagt, dass sich irgendwas ändert, aber ich hätte schon bei dem Versuch.
That's what, boys. Warm up before the run. GM, my friends. It's race day here in Rome. 7:44. Did not have the best night's sleep. Little body check. Right knee feels okay. I have a little flat feet pain, a little inflammation. It's okay. And in 1 hour, my group, the last group, starts. And it was hard to find any snacks or pre-run breakfast. So I got 30 grams of granola, 40 grams of nuts, electrolytes I brought from home, double espresso coming up, and maybe I'll have a little bit of a croissant, and maybe I'll find a banana somewhere. I'm hoping for a banana. And then we're gonna head to Circus Maximus for my first ever half marathon. If I didn't have any pains and injuries from before, my goal would be to do sub 2 hours. But for today, the goal is to make it into the finish line.
Ambition goals, time-wise?
Below 6 minutes per kilometer. But honestly, today I don't have time ambition because I don't know if my knee's gonna fuck me. If not this one, then the next one. Today it's really just getting into the finish line. I say 6:30 per kilometer still. It's like minimum. We got a beautiful weather forecast. It should be sunny all day. And so I'm really looking forward to taking this run in. And let's see how it goes. Dry granola, hitting different this morning. Now it's time for the first coffee of the day. Double espresso here at Molino. I heard almost 25,000 people are running today. Anyway, one sip. It's a bit watery, that's a bit flat. I feel a little bit like the Italians who work here don't give a fuck about us, but it's kind of charming at the same time. So, gonna be a juicy 6.9. It's nice though. It's still a black coffee in the morning, you know. All right, party people. Heading to our Lime bike. We have 35 minutes till the race starts. And we gotta get to Circus Maximus. Good to have an excuse to drink Powerade in the morning. Although from football, when I was younger, I remember being told that you should actually not drink Powerade anyway, because you don't need that sugar anyway. But maybe for a long run, that's different. Anyway, let's go. Gesperrt werden. Couldn't ask for better weather than this, guys. It's like 12, 13 degrees, pure sun. Gonna warm up to like 15, 16, 17. That's dream running condition, innit? Digga. Und halb Gipfel zum Morgen gehabt. Guys, look at this. We're living in a video game. The best of video games right now. Very nice. Let's go!
How do you feel, guys?
Good.
Nervous?
Not really. It's more like there's so many fucking people. I'm wondering, like, am I gonna be more on the faster side, more on the slower side? Like, I'm curious about that, but I feel good. Weather is amazing. I can sleep. Beautiful location.
What just happened?
Bro, that's the ultimate hack. Just say, yo, your media team, have a big ass camera.
And other 600 meters into our first half marathon. Feeling pretty good. All right, guys, we're 3 kilometers into the race. Average pace about 5:10. So we did give into the adrenaline and go a little too fast, but that's okay.
And now we got the first uphill motion, and the shirt won't last much longer. Yeah. Let's go. 5 kilometers in, baby. Sun is out, shirt is off. ChatGPT told me to take some sugar after 40 minutes. We're past that, so we're gonna have some Italian honey. One bite, everybody knows the rules. That's real good honey. I'm gonna give it an 8.4. Fantastic honey. All right, guys, we're 9 kilometers into the race, almost halftime. Feeling decent, although the right knee is fucking me a little bit. But as long as it doesn't get worse, we got it, eh? My friends, 11 kilometers in. I feel like we made it through the easiest part. Now the work starts. All right, my friends, 17 kilometers in. It's tough. Let's see if we can do one last push. Cooked.
Easy. How was the knee?
Solid. Like, actually, after like 14 kilometers, the knee got better. Then I just had like a stomach ache. But hey, camera!
Alles is on cloud farm. Alles is on cloud farm.
Let's go.
Insane.
Amsterdam. Yes, sirski. You want to go in? Hey! Finish line. Ja. Nee. Nach voll aus. Er ist allein. 100 Kilometer lang. Fuck my life.
Lass machen wir Peace sein. Let's go, boys.
Got it.
Warmed up again after the body cooled down, and now sitting in the sun for the past 10 minutes. Absolutely beautiful. Now food is here. Caesar salad, burger.
Bro, congrats.
What have you been working on?
So right now I'm prepping my week, which means I take a look at my calendar and I look at how much time I spent on each project in the previous week. And in my Google Calendar, I have color codes for the major projects that I have. So for example, I'm responsible for tech within Notus. That's its own project. So I have a color code in Google Calendar for tech. I also have client projects, so I have a color code for that particular client project, and then I can look back at the week and see how much time each project took up effectively. You know, over time, if I do this every week, which I do, I can see patterns. And I also have an AI project, or a Claude project, where I actually take a screenshot of my time allocation, and it then, you know, stores that in a database, and it compares it to the previous week, and it also compares it to the prediction that I made. So today, when I prep my next week, I go through each project. I look at, okay, how much time do I have blocked in my calendar for that project after basically taking all the time blocks that are needed, right? So for example, if a client, I know that I'm doing a copywriting, I block, 30 minutes to write that copy in my calendar. If I want to write 3 copies, then that's 3 times that blocker. And then effectively I would have, 1.5 hours blocked for copywriting for that client. Now let's say there's a couple more things to do, maybe revisions or a content call, then I might end up at 5 hours for that client. But I think, there might be some uncertainty, there's always uncertainties, there might always be stuff that comes up. So I basically also give a gut feeling prediction and say, okay, I think, I have 5 hours blocked on my calendar right now, but we might end up at about 7 hours. It remembers that, and then when I look back at the week like I do today, then I can actually give a definitive answer of how much time I spent on that project, and then it can tell me how much I was over or under that prediction. And that's my weekly prep process. I've been playing around with this particular workflow for the past couple of weeks with Claude, but I've been doing my just general weekly prep workflow for the past over a year because it gives a really nice feeling of peace of mind if you start into the week and you know that everything you know you have to do is already blocked in the appropriate time slot in your calendar, especially if you have a full week of work ahead. You want to, or it's optimal to limit the amount of moving pieces, or basically pin down the amount of moving pieces, so that when the inevitable uncertainties or things that come up during the week do come up, then you actually have a little bit more certainty and you can say, okay, cool, this came up. I already know I have a structure where I can slot this in and maybe move things around. So that's the weekly prep process, and about halfway through now.
I've been reviewing the second version of our upcoming vlog.
Which one is it?
With Ty Lopez.
Oh, in Copenhagen.
No.
Oh, the one before that.
Yeah,
Okay.
the next one will be with Copenhagen workshop, but it's turning out great. Some last comments about the subtitles and stuff. Leandro, great work, love you. And yeah, just want to point out, where are we at here? Why are we here?
We are in a random coffee bar in Rome. It's currently 9 p.m. and we are here because Soho House doesn't have co-working space availability on the weekend, which is kind of weird. And you also can't use the laptop there after a certain hour. And we wanted to go home, but we forgot that Marvin has the key and he's getting a massage right now with Selim. And so we seek asylum at this coffee bar where they're very nice and they're letting us just work, have some waters and nuts.
It's actually a vibe here.
What?
It's actually a vibe here.
It's actually a vibe, yeah. They're super nice. And when Italians see a camera, then they think we're superstars.
Yeah.
So
Go with the flow, bro.
go with the flow.
What's your take on alcohol-free beer?
I would say alcohol-free beer was my gem 2024.
Poretti senza alcole. Cheers, one sip. Everybody knows the rules.
Take it.
It's actually good. Better than the one I had at lunch. I fuck with this one.
Yeah, it's good.
Right?
I mean, when it comes to alcoholic drinks, beer is probably like on an indulgence basis. Probably the one that I enjoy most on a sunny day. Like an ice cold beer is my preferred drink.
Cannot relate.
No, what's yours?
Alcoholic?
Yeah. No, I mean, and then I'm also very happy with just taking a non-alcoholic beer.
You just don't do it that often.
I just don't do it that often, yeah. What's your favorite alcoholic drink?
Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? Good, how are you? Yeah?
How's your stage going on?
Good. I mean, 2 days in, 1 week left.
Also another apartment if you want to go for lunch or for the dinner.
Oh, this looks much nicer than our place.
Yeah, exactly. But you're here, so that's why.
What a day. Selim and I actually went for a little Thai massage spontaneously after dinner. Dinner was a delicious steak with some sweet potato fries and some spinach. Didn't even go that crazy on the calories. I thought I would just go full on cheat day post run, but I do have a little treat for myself, which is 40 grams of M&Ms. I fucking love classic M&Ms. I almost never eat them, and whenever I see these very small packets, I'm like, okay, that's sick, because they're not that common. Usually it's like 100 gram packets or 80 gram packets, and I can't buy those because then I just eat too many M&Ms. Can you relate?
Not a big M&M fan, honestly. I mean, it's
The
nice.
fuck? What a downer.
No, I mean, it's cool, but never really indulged on fucking M&Ms.
What do you indulge on, if not M&Ms?
Very good question. I would say Ben & Jerry's. That's my advice.
Even after Jerry left Ben & Jerry's?
I don't care.
I do, and a lot of other people care as well.
No, ice cream in general, like I could also be Häagen-Dazs or like those
ice
fucking
cream.
cubes. I love them, and I finish the whole thing whenever I start one.
It's true. I'm also.
Very, very rare that I don't finish the whole thing if I start it.
You do usually
I've seen it
finish.
a couple times, yeah.
I have. What's a treat that makes your eyes light up?
Sour hitchies.
I do occasionally like some wine gums as a treat, but I'm all chocolate, vanilla, creamy stuff.
Right now, I'm indulging on melatonin gummies. What? Melatonin gummies.
I actually tried some of them melatonin
good.
gummies, and they're very good.
4 gummies per night.
Too many gummies Selim is having. What's your favorite sweet treat?
It's gonna definitely be the trolley, the sour worms of trolley, definitely.
But yeah, guys, very relaxing day.
All right, everybody. We're still in Rome. We are headed to Uniqlo to get some underwear and some socks, and then we're gonna head to Soho House for a nice work day, and then hopefully we're gonna also book a paddle court tonight and go play some paddle. So, let's go. All right, pit stop at the coffee place. I'm not gonna have any food because I'm still fasted, but Tim might have some. And I'm gonna have an espresso. Let's go.
I mean, I already know my rating, so Max has to give his 2 cents.
A lot smoother than at the place next to our house.
Yeah, 100%.
It has like a nice aftertaste.
And for sure, no off taste. This one.
It still doesn't feel as full, like doesn't have that much of a body. But I like the smoothness and not super sour, like a nice acidity to it, but not sour, like not overwhelmingly sour. I give it an 8.3.
So I think we gave it a 7.6 or something like that.
Okay. 8 in the morning, Luca just slacks me. Yo, yo, what's up? This is not the usual Monday. 8 a.m. We're going to Uniqlo at the Rome Central Station. Got to make sure that everything on Slack is cleaned up, and then we're gonna head to Soho straight away. But I just have to buy some socks because mine are stinky. All right, guys, we're here. 8 a.m. Monday, Uniqlo. Let's go. Come on. All right, everybody. We finished shopping. We have everything we need. Now we're gonna go to Soho House. It's over there. So I've been doing this thing where I ask strangers to take pictures of me, and I've been posting it on my story with the caption, asking strangers to take a picture of me to overcome my social anxiety, because I've noticed that the more often I overcome the anxiety of talking to strangers, the better my life becomes, because I just have less resistance of talking to people around me. And I think that's a very important thing, because I like meeting new people, but there's often this resistance of meeting them and talking to them. So I'm gonna ask someone to take a picture of me. Yo, excuse me, boss. Could you take a picture of me? Right here. Right here, yeah, with the background. Huh? Oh yeah, let's go here. First time in Rome, gonna be good. Thank you, boss. Ciao, ciao, have a good day. Simple as that. Florida. Oh, yeah, let's go. Hey everybody, we made it to Soho House, 8:30 now. First meeting of the day in 15 minutes, and then it's lock in from there. Let's go. Alright everybody, just finished the first meeting of the day. It's almost 10. I had a project kickoff with actually the company of a friend of mine, or my friend is the co-founder. And we're working with the CEO and co-founder of that company now. Really, really cool guy. Absolute fucking legend. Ruthless founder, B2B SaaS. And very, very excited. I'm not taking on the project. Max Dixon, my boy, will be taking on the project, and I'm certain he will kill it. Now I'm going to go into housekeeping, just making sure that Slack is cleaned up, all emails are answered, and I can start my first deep work blocker, which is going to be revising some copies of a client of mine, and that's it. Let's go. And then you can add that to, then you combine the personal ones. All right, it is currently 2:55 p.m. Over the past couple hours, we had a lot of different things that we wanted to work on, a bunch of stuff that came up, as it does, just troubleshooting, Notion issues. So I haven't really gotten to do a lot of deep work, which is the ugly reality of the Monday, which is you block 2 hours of deep work and you don't get to do it. But in the afternoon, I'm gonna hopefully zone in, and I have some content call prep to do for a client of mine, and then I'm also gonna work on the revamp of our media strategy template and prompt. So what we do is for every client that we take on, that we onboard, we create a document called the media strategy, which runs over, which basically like presents all the information that they gave us in a structured format. So, information about their personal brand, about the company, about the target audience. Basically, I'm reworking the entire template so everything's streamlined, has the most up-to-date information. And then also, I'm going to design a multi-step prompt that basically just takes all of the inputs that we receive. So for example, the onboarding questionnaire that they fill out at the start of the collaboration, the deep dive interview, which is the 2-hour interview where we just get a 360 view of the personal brand, their business, their target audience. And it just takes all of that information and with the prompt puts it into the right places. And then we get a draft and then we work through that, make sure everything's accurate. It's taken a while to really get that on point, and now I'm going to start creating the prompt for that. And then are we going to play paddle tonight, you think?
I think Luca gave up on tonight.
No paddle tonight. Maybe I'm going to hit the gym instead. Just got my flat white. Oat milk. Nice. Give it a 8. Soho House flat whites are always pretty good. That's it. Back to work.
It's just turned into a hostile vlog takeover by this young man over there. All for it. I'm looking forward to the segments myself too. Haven't seen anything, haven't heard anything. But yeah, my friends, it's Monday, 3 p.m. now, and I had a pretty normal Monday because as most Mondays go, I got the morning blocked out to catch up on all the company metrics and identify all the issues we need to solve for the week. And I have a pretty straightforward process on how to do that, which builds on top of my weekly rhythm, my weekly planning motion, which consists of reflecting on the previous week, what gave me energy, what drained my energy. You guys probably heard about this before. I also have a free template that I use myself. But once that is done, once I clean up my calendar, I clean up my email, my Slack, all of these things, I on Monday then go into reviewing all the metrics and all the sheets that we have as sources of truth for the metrics. And so the first thing I do is I check out our business plan, which is a Google sheet, breaks down all the money coming in and all the money going out, both for the previous months, of course, but also as a forecast for what's to come and what we can expect. But then on top of this, I finalize my metrics review by going over the company scorecard. We stole this from Ryan Dice, and what you see here is a new tab for every single month of the year. And at the end of each month, I create a new tab for the coming month. And what we track here are the most important company metrics that the leadership team has to fill in manually. It's very important that we don't automate this part of the process because we want everyone to go into their metrics, to write them in here manually, because it forces them to also reflect on the metrics and figure out if they're on track or need to change something. And so I look at closed contract value from past week. I look at active MRR. I look at projected MRR. Projected MRR is contracts that have been signed, but kickoff dates lay in the future. I look at how much cash we collected. I look at revenue per employee. I look at how many sales calls we had. I look at how much content we produced for our partners and clients. I look at our ad spend, which is very minimal. We only run thought leadership ads. I look at how many organic impressions we got on social. I look at email list growth. And then last but not least, I look at cash balance, pending invoices, and if we are in the process of hiring, which we are right now. So if you want to become content strategist or copywriter and join Notus, please reach out to people@notus.xyz. Just record a little loom, 1 to 5 minutes, no rules, be yourself, and tell us why you would be a good fit for the team. Once I go through the scorecards and all of that is done, probably I will have received some more messages from the team. For example, today, 2 team members from the GTM team or from our appointment setting department are out sick. So we need to figure out what we do with client deliverables there. Stuff like this occurs pretty much every day. And then from there, it's already 12 p.m. I hop on my weekly C-level with Luca, which follows the EOS structure. It's almost like a level 10 meeting, is what they call it in the EOS framework. And the agenda is quite simple. We go through metrics together as well. We look at progress for our big projects. If we have like a rock we identified, so something we're doing outside of the day-to-day business, are we on track with that? And then we go through issues. So are there any issues we need to solve or delegate? And that today didn't take that long, about 45 minutes. Usually it's about an hour to an hour and a half. Right after, we had a leadership meeting with Max and Selim, exchanged some important feedback on how we can better work together, and checked in on a bunch of different stuff. And now it's 3 p.m. I'm in the middle of reviewing content for my personal brand on LinkedIn, also for my Instagram account, then for YouTube, and then we have our weekly brand meeting before wrapping up the day at around 6 or 7. As Max said, we're very disappointed about no paddle, so maybe I'll do a 5-minute paddle research myself, and then probably a little bit of evening work as well. And then for the rest of the week, packed week, I'm going to prepare a workshop for Jesse Puggi. We have another collab coming up next week. That's definitely a big highlight. We're planning the next video shoot dates and locations with Hubert Romberg. You might have heard about our successful launch. He's now at 150,000 views on his first YouTube video, 5,000 subscribers. We crossed 6.2k subscribers on my account. So a lot of motion there. Last piece is expectation meetings with team members. I'm gonna talk to, I think, 4 team members to talk about how things have been going and to align on next steps and to exchange important feedback. And we have some leadership offsite sessions. This week we're going to focus on updating our ICP definition. So who are the ideal customers we are trying to serve and we'll focus on in 2026. And then what are the offers we are going to sell in 2026 to those ideal customers. And that rounds up the game plan for Rome. 1 week left. Moli arriving today. Should be good. And back to work.
All right, people. It's currently 7:10 p.m. Finished all my work. That said, there's a bunch more to do, but I decided today that I finished all the work that I needed to do urgently. That's kind of the issue with having a lot to do. You feel like you're never done. Today is definitely one of those days, but I'm kind of drained, and now I'm gonna hit the sauna. That's the good part about, you know, being in Soho here. You can just hit the sauna after work, and then grab some dinner upstairs, and that's a day. Let's go.
What's up, guys? I just finished all my content review for the day. All 3 channels I covered, starting with LinkedIn as the highest priority, then YouTube, then Instagram. Now I'm cleaning up Slack, wrapping up the negotiation with a CTO we almost hired but didn't come to terms with. And you have to be willing to walk away in negotiations. So I'm giving my final feedback here and hoping to get dinner soon and maybe hang out with Luca for a bit. We'll see. Also got to check in with Selim, Edda, and Tim, what they're doing. You gonna go sauna and food, huh? But yeah, I can feel the freaking half marathon in my whole body and existence. Had a terrible night. But yeah, just a little cooked, but mentally good. Just physically a little drained.
Let's fucking go.
All right, so I just got off my contact call with Muri, and she was like, basically like talking about how she didn't want to make the Hello LinkedIn, and how she wanted to like post less. But since they started posting, she has gotten so many meetings with like global heads of different companies. And on top of that, she said that one of the global like sales leads of a very big partner that they're trying to get, told, like, first invited her and her company to a few conferences that they have, and is making the trip just to join some like sales team that they're going to have in January. That's supposed to be like a company-wide team. And he was just like, yeah, like I'll just join it just to see. And then her CEO asked how long it's going to take before they start to see any sort of like movement on both of the pages, and it took like 5 hours since the first post.
So she posted one piece on LinkedIn?
She posted one, and within 5 hours had a meeting.
And now the CEO is convinced about the power of it?
Yeah, and now they're bringing on the third person to the takeover.
Oh, so we're launching a third one? Upsell or what?
So it was supposed to be 3. They started with 2 because they couldn't really get the third one on board. But now that they saw results within, I think it's been like a week and a half, it's a no-brainer.
Let's fucking go. Nice.
Yeah.
Life
Very
of a content
exciting.
strategist.
That's
Nice
the
client win.
Yeah.
Let's go. Well done.
sure.
Can you do an ad for people to join our team? Like, we need one content strategist. You can be like aggressive and threaten them or something.
Ooh, I can do that. I'm good at that. So, no, I'm kidding. It's all good vibes here. I mean, honestly, if you want something fun, okay, you want something where you wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm about to go be a part of this amazing team working on some awesome shit, join Notus.
It's not gonna be easy, per se,
Yeah.
but rewarding in its own
Yeah.
way.
But I mean, like, most good things aren't easy.
Exactly.
Anyway.
But yeah, it's not your job if you're looking for a cozy 9 to 5.
Yeah.
We also have fruit baskets.
And some
at
and
my
some
home.
protein bars.
Yes. Which everyone can buy whenever they want.
But in all honesty, fantastic team. You won't go wrong. It's not it's like a, I think I actually framed it like this yesterday to somebody, a dream. So, yeah.
Goosebumps. I think it's turning into a better and better vlog. The more time passes. Initially, I was like, will this be like some coffee review type video? But yeah. Well, you let us know how you think this video went. Or I don't know if this is the wrap up. Probably not. But yeah, let us know what you think of this style of video. Should we feature more of Edda?
I think that's a terrible angle, first of all.
Because it's gonna be, yeah, probably. And it also would be 80% of Edda talking. Fucking long travel day.
I know, my friend. Like, oh, dude, what's up? Oh, good to see you. Nice to meet you. We need to finish this game real quick. Yeah, I have to play against Luca. It's the only thing that I will say.
You can't have to read. Alright, my friends. So yesterday, Monday, it was a normal start to the week. Worked all day from Soho House, and as I mentioned before, physically I was still recovering from the run, but mentally it felt good to get into things. We had a couple of fires burning with like Notion access, and it's actually quite crazy because AWS was down yesterday, and to see how many day-to-day applications were affected by this outage. We had Notion issues, Slack, Google Drive, Google Docs, I think Snapchat, I mean hundreds of applications, including our website as well. Website was partly down. So that was just a little reminder of how much dependency we have on the cloud. And this applies to our personal pictures that we store on iCloud, and pretty much everything, like our whole lives are stored somewhere in the clouds. And I remember, I think I watched a podcast with Tim Ferriss and Derek Sivers. He's the same guy that wrote this fantastic blog post called Die Empty. That one became a little bit of an insider joke too, because now whenever someone has a silly idea, we say, okay, yeah, do it, die empty. But Derek Sivers wrote a piece and also talked about it on the Tim Ferriss show around bringing things offline and hosting your own servers and making sure you store your pictures, even your emails, in places where if Google, if Apple, if one of those big companies, AWS, go down, you don't lose all your freaking data. He has a blog post about it, I think also a guide on how to do it. And could also be an interesting business case to help rich people store their stuff more safely and less dependent on cloud service providers. Otherwise, yesterday was a good start. Long day. Finished it off with 1 or 2 FIFA games at Luca's place, just to relax a bit, come back home, and then we got a good night's sleep. And now it's Tuesday, about 9:15 a.m. Max already headed to the co-working space, and Tim and I will now get a coffee and meet Moli for a little content recording session. So we have about an hour and a half blocked to just record some Instagram videos. Maybe we'll come up with some YouTube segment. ideas as well. Then it's gonna be full on normal Tuesday. After this recording session, I got proposals to prepare. I have, I think, 2 or 3 expectation meetings today. No, more. 4, including you, Tim. I have call with Hubert Romberg. And then last thing today is at 7 p.m. We have a new client kickoff that I'm hosting because it's a client that I closed, which doesn't happen often anymore these days because I have Selim to help me with doing the sales calls. But this one was a direct introduction to me. And after a very challenging but fun first call, we got him on board, and we're going to not only launch his personal brand on LinkedIn, but also by placing an appointment setter into his DMs, because he sells to Fortune 500 CMOs and has an incredible track record. And so I think we can do a lot of damage for him and help him not only grow his brand, but also generate more leads and ultimately make more money. So that's going to be good at 7 p.m. And then for me, I got Wednesday till Sunday left here in Rome with the boys, also with Edda. We have more leadership offsite sessions coming up and just a bunch of work in between. And then on Sunday back to Berlin, then a couple of days in Berlin, and then I got a guest lecture in Paris coming up, and then I'm going to be in Switzerland, and hey, we'll see from there. But yeah, my friends, I think it's time for a coffee. Let's get some coffee. So we just convinced Max to join us to Casarante. Moli should already be there. Für die nächsten 2 Wochen.
Casarante.
Ja, die haben noch Eier und so da. Alright, my friends, we're now here at Casarante. Secret tip if you want to do some proper co-working in Rome. Max is getting us some Americanos. And I have 30 minutes to get some more work done before we start recording actual content in different segments, not just vlog updates. And while I do that, I figured Moli should quickly introduce himself as well. Maybe how he got to know us, your background, but also what you do at Notus. I think it could be nice. Does that mic work over there? Yep. Okay. Moli, take it away while I work through my tasks here.
Okay. Hi, vlog. I'm Moli. My name actually is Joaquin Molina. I'm from Argentina. I knew Marvin for this, literally for the vlogs. The first idea was because I like his content, I like his vibe, I would like to do the same as him. Then he answered me, and I think like the time between the first message and the first call was 2-3 months.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. Yep. And I did like, I don't know how many follow-ups to him. And finally we had the call. I first started in the short form content for Marvin's personal brand. And then I also learned how to manage a project. Now I'm completely focused on the short form content side with, well, now Luca, I don't know if you introduced him.
Not yet, but yes, we got a second Luca on board now.
Yeah, and so we are 2 on the team, let's say. And yeah, like the idea to now is to blow up the Marvin's personal brand on the short form content side, taking advantage of all the blogs that are already posted on YouTube. And yeah, that's it.
So we'll definitely also share some learnings once we crack the Instagram code. But despite our average views being like 1,000 to 3,000, like nothing crazy, I still feel the positive effect of Instagram. I get like a bunch of new followers. I got like 150,000 views per month on average. And it's actually creating some interesting connections for me and allowing me to tap into a new bubble. Plus, all my old friends that I was connected with on Instagram also see more of what I'm up to. So it's actually been quite fun and also a good filter for the people that are like, shut the fuck up, Marvin, we don't want to hear about your business or personal branding. Then it's also a good filter to get them out. But yeah, Moli, well done, and a good learning for all of you as well. Because as he said, he did like, I don't know how many follow-ups before I responded.
You then can put the screenshot.
Yeah, we should show some screenshots.
For the messages.
And then I told him like, bro, look, just record a little video or something and send it to my email. I'll look at it, because I felt like, yeah, look, this kid could be smart. He seems like kind. And at that time, and still now, I was very interested in seeing if there's a potential tap into the Spanish-speaking market because of my Bolivian roots. So I was I was raised bilingual. My dad speaks only Spanish with me. My mom Swiss German. And so I always wanted to do something in a Spanish speaking market. Then this Argentinian kid tells me, hey, yo, I want to do personal branding for the Spanish speaking market. Could we work together? And then we hop on a call at some point. And then in the call, I realized, okay, this kid, is smart, he's ambitious, he's kind, he's humble, all the attributes that I value in people I work with. But I don't really have anything for him right now. So let's catch up in another month from now. So then another month passed, and then we talk, and then I'm like, look, I got these vlogs, but we're not making anything out of the short form side of things. And he had created some short form for his own account, and he's grown to like 30,000 followers on Instagram.
35,000 followers.
With all Spanish-speaking content.
Yeah, of course. Scripting videos and all to my personal brand.
Yeah.
And also for clients, but past year.
Yeah, nice. And he's also been vlogging, so I knew that he had taste, he had an eye, he was already someone who watched my videos, so it seemed like a fun experiment and a low-risk experiment to see if he can help me repurpose vlogs into Instagram content. And that's now been 5 months or so.
Since end of May.
End of May. June, July, August, September.
Yeah.
It's almost 5 months
5
now.
months. Crazy.
Yeah. And the Instagram engine is rolling. He's also learning how to be a content strategist for our LinkedIn clients to acquire that skill. And then how this will develop, if things keep on going well, we'll see. Maybe we blow up the short form side. Maybe at some point we actually go and expand to the Spanish-speaking market and have Moli help lead that campaign. We'll see. But for now, very happy to have you on board, my guy. Welcome
you,
to
Marvin.
Rome now.
Of course. Having nice days here in Europe, for me it's crazy. It's the second time that I traveled here to meet all the guys, and it's crazy to have the opportunity to live this experience at my 19 years old.
This is the content life, baby. Let's get it.
The content life, yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. I am currently prepping for my weekly Agentic Sync meeting with our fractional CPO, Bernie. Today, we are going to run through a couple of topics. The first one being that AWS, Amazon Web Services, had an outage, a global outage yesterday, so a lot of our automations didn't work as intended. Second topic is what we call the performance intelligence pipeline. This is basically a tool, an internal tool that we're building for our content strategists that is based on a database of all of our clients' posts and performance metrics. And the third topic is the notusOS MVP, which is essentially the first version, the minimum viable version of our product. So basically what we want to do is validate a standalone product that uses our copywriting frameworks, our prompts, our strategic frameworks, and puts it all into one interface that we can give to clients who can't afford our done-for-you service, and they can create their own content. Ooh, nice. Molly's serving me Americano. Thank you, buddy. Yes, great server. So this will be a little meeting overview and coffee review. So yeah, that's the third topic that we're discussing. This is probably my favorite part of my day-to-day right now, is working on the tech stuff. I don't know why, but it's just a lot of fun to me. Basically translating the things that we need as content strategists into software, and working with developers on that. So very, very fun. Now let's give this coffee a try. It's an Americano. Really hot. Holy fuck, that's hot. I just burnt my tongue. I know a lot of people like really hot coffee. I do not understand why you would want it hot enough to burn your mouth, which it did. So I didn't really get the taste. I'll give it like a 6 because it burnt my tongue. Coffee connoisseurs won't be happy with me, but that's fine. See you guys.
You should leave us out, cause if you had a scene, we gon' skew the A, we gon' skew the average. Goddamn, nothing like the average. Me and Marvin, yo. If they wanna fight, they wanna bout. I'm like, hey, what this about? Think they mad, I'm
All right, we're here at Forno, Conti & Co.
One bite, everybody knows the rules. First focaccia review. You're gonna wait because of the blood sugar?
Can't break the fast.
Yeah, we're breaking all the rules, breaking the fast with carbs.
Yeah, bro.
We got some cheese here. I love the sweetness of the onion and the tomato sauce. It's warm,
Then I have to
it's crunchy.
You want to get the full sound experience?
Okay, Schlemmertag heute.
Wow. It's extraordinarily soft and light.
One bite. Everybody knows the rules.
What do you think, Tim? Do you like it?
10 out of 10.
I mean, that's a rookie score. It's a nice. It's a nice.
Bro.
You too, Max?
9. What is the score?
9.5.
10 out of 10.
8.6.
And me, 8.5.
You gave it 10 out of 10? So what if tomorrow you eat a better focaccia? What score are you gonna give the better focaccia?
Okay, I correct myself. 9.6.
Now that's a professional score. Okay, can we have more focaccias to try?
Bro, it also goes down like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, it was really good.
Can you tell that we haven't eaten breakfast yet? Okay, second focaccia. Aka crostino. Cheers.
Gotcha.
Is bacon, jam?
Bacon and ham.
It's fluffy,
Ready
fresh
for the
bread
crunch?
with ham and cheese. Well, I have to say, the onion tomato one was nicer, more special, more flavorful.
Score? I think we need to keep those ratings short because otherwise we'll have another
Okay.
5 minutes.
I mean, you can cut the blah blah blah.
yeah, of course.
7.9,
7.9. What was the first one?
8.6.
Too greasy for my taste. 7.6.
I like more this one, so I will give it a 9.
Wow!
Yeah.
You
The
like-
cheese, I love the cheese. I love the combination of ham, cheese, bacon, the
It's kind of
fluffy
Argentinian
bread.
vibe too, no?
Maybe, yeah, could be.
Forno, Conti and Co. One sip, everybody knows the rules. Fresh Americano, beautiful crema, decently sized. This looks like the only kind of specialty coffee place we've tried so far. One sip, everybody knows the rules. Nice and nutty. Could be a bit hotter, but it's also not overly funky. It's still honest and simple. Medium roast. I like it. It's like an everyday Americano. I'm gonna give it one sip, everybody knows the rules.
That's the second sip.
The third or fourth sip.
It's a bit bitter on the aftertaste, 7.6.
And the cake?
Cake, one bite, everybody knows the rules.
This is the half of the cake, but with one bite.
8.5. All right, my friends, Tim is about to head to the airport, which means that it's time to say goodbye. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you also enjoyed Rome as much as we did and got to extract some of the insights that we've gathered along the way. We're still day one, we're still so freaking early, and I'm very excited to continue documenting the journey. And so with that said, I'm rooting for you. Let's keep it rolling day by day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?